materialistic.
What shirt are you wearing right now, Thompson? What shirt is that?
It's a Hathor.
It's a Hathor shirt.
You're wearing the Hathor?
This is an extra large. Dude, I feel so fat, but it's extra
Dude,
large.
they're all extra large, bro. They're
This is
all
extra
extra
large.
large.
Oh my god, look, there's like no room for my arm. This
Okay,
is like,
all right, weird flex.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm not
look
kidding.
at
Just
look at how tight
like
this
there's some
is.
room
Oh,
for
it's so
you just,
fitted.
you know.
extra large. Like how
Okay.
crazy. This is not extra large. This must be like a medium.
Yeah, look how tight this is on my chest. Like,
Yeah,
it's
right?
so
Oh my God.
fitted.
Dude, this is like a medium.
Aloha, everybody, for the YouTube channel. Welcome back to the podcast here today. As you can see, I got a different mix of faces here today. Yeah, and apparently they're all in the same guild. So this is a Omega swag cast that we got here on the podcast today. So this is it's gonna be quite fun. It's gonna be quite fun. Welcome back, everybody. I hope everybody's been doing well. Been doing great.
It's good to be back.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Appreciate you guys making the time to join me. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get right into the podcast today. Yeah, our first question that we have here, and our first topic that we have to go on. Actually, before that, if you want to talk a little bit about Thompson, let's talk about it first before we get into the podcast and the topics. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Thompson and Tree are gonna be live tomorrow on the Comtour stream. So make sure to check that out. Are you guys gonna be live in person there?
We are going to be live in person, and it's going to be pretty hype.
Oh, okay. I was actually pretty hyped. I've been announcing it on stream, but they're gonna be streaming on the Comtour stream, and they're gonna be competing against each other. Yeah, they're gonna be doing some battles.
Let me tell you the hype behind this. All
Okay,
right?
okay. Tell me.
There's like, so Comtour has planned this event.
Right.
Way before Worlds, they're like, okay, like regardless of winning or losing Worlds, we want you and Sai to come in to do like a rematch, kind of, right?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. And then so what happened was Sai told everybody he kind of threw the finals to me. So because he was holding back on a secret weapon. Yeah. So then like
He's talking about America's Cup Finals, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so this match for Wednesday means a lot to him because it's kind of like vindication for Sai. You know, it means a lot.
See. So you're saying he had a secret weapon, but he didn't want to use it at the finals against you because he knew he was already going to Paris and he didn't want to use it. Is that what? Or what?
And it's either he was trying to. A lot of respect for Tree. He's a really good player. You know, he was in the SWC finals the first year. He was a legend player. You know, he has a. You know, he
This
paid
is
his
everything
dues.
you say before you start shit talking. Got it.
No. I mean, right? But what I was trying to say was like he gave a lot of people hope in a way where he told a lot of people that he had a secret weapon. So he gave people hope, and you know, he got Antares proc. But this Wednesday, it's a big game for him. It means a lot. So hope for everyone to tune in and see what happens.
So basically, the translation in English, because Thompson is the language, is that Sai was talking a lot about how he is supposed to and should have beat Thompson, but he chose to not beat Thompson because it's not a big deal. He was
No. He chose to want to beat Thompson, but without using his secret weapon. He also chose to give me $10,000. That's the fact.
Right.
True.
Basically, that's what he's saying.
True.
He's saying that he was already going to Paris, so you know he let Thompson win. You know, so now tomorrow's vindication because if Thompson beats him, now there's nothing you can say, right? Because tomorrow's like for real, the real deal now.
So
You know,
tomorrow. Oh, he's taking tomorrow serious, so it's supposed to be a little fun
Tomorrow's
showdown, but it's
vindication.
actually a
you're
real
welcome
battle.
for translations.
Damn, dude.
Like, it's really important. To him. It's really important.
Yes, it's a little big. It's a little bigger deal for Sai than
Right.
for Thompson. Yeah.
Can we just check mics again real quick here, Thompson? People are saying that they can't hear you very clearly. I see your sound spiking fine. Can you see something?
Hello, mic check.
Oh, it might be because you're kind of far from your mic, but I don't know.
It's better now. When you mic checked, you got louder.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is he okay now?
You know, give me.
Roman is super quiet. Is Roman super quiet? Oh yeah, he is a little bit quiet. Yeah.
Quiet.
There you go. I turn it back up.
By the way, Thompson, I see some of the spoils of your Parisian winnings. I see half a Louis Vuitton bag. What's in there?
Ooh.
You guys see that in the background?
First of all, it's not my bag, okay? None of it is my stuff. It's for my wife, you know.
So,
I bought Louis Vuitton stuff, okay?
show it off. What you got?
Okay. You know what?
Hey, no shame, man. You gotta live a little, bro. We gotta live a little.
I bought myself a bag. because I'm.
Yeah, of course you did.
Okay, all right, let me see.
All right?
But the important part of this story,
Sexy on me, all right? I
Wait,
love this bag.
Is it actually your bag?
That's his
not my
bag.
bag.
You got a Merce? Oh damn, dude.
Does this look like a
No.
Merce to you?
That's your
that's
Merce.
that's not his. His
Thompson got a
he made,
Merce.
it, he made it very clear to me that his is the small bag. His wife got a bigger one.
No. This is all my wife. You know, I'm not kidding. I just I just spent on my wife.
Hey,
we didn't even get the money yet.
You know
so
the
yeah.
saying, bro. Happy wife, you broke as fuck.
No,
right?
no.
You know the saying, right?
No. Do not get it twisted. The saying happiness comes from a lot of different areas. The saying is crazy wife.
What? You broke
Crazy
as
wife
fuck.
cut out.
You broke as
Crazy
fuck.
life, man.
You broke as fuck. That's what you gotta say, dude.
Crazy wife, crazy life, man. Happiness. You can find happiness from
So
different.
because I didn't have a lot of time and I was only able to buy one little bag. Wait.
See,
I
he
had to-
spent money
I'm
One.
going back.
One.
I'm going back
Who
to
buys one?
January.
One. Who buys one, dude?
Well, it
This
wasn't
is
one.
your
It
word,
wasn't-
sir.
My wife
One
got
for
one
him.
too.
One
One
for
for
him.
me.
Okay, all right.
But because there's only one for me, I have to fly back to Paris in January now. So
What?
I'm going back January.
I mean, if you're anybody's into designer bags, I mean, I don't know if everybody knows, but it's just
I'm not
way
into designer
cheaper.
bags.
Like,
Who
okay,
is
if you're,
into design? Who should be into designer bags, man?
I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of people are into it, right? It like designer clothes and stuff like that. It's like way cheaper in Paris, so it's like almost worth your trip to go if you're planning to buy like your whole wardrobe or whatever. I don't know. If you
Here
guys are
is
into that.
another thing about why I hate that saying "happy wife, happy life."
That's not the saying. It's happy wife, you broke as fuck. That's the saying. I'm telling you right now.
But if you want to be happy, you gotta live above materialism. That's another saying as well, right?
I don't know. I'm
There's
materialistic. as
What
fuck,
shirt are
and
you
I'm
wearing
pretty
right now,
content.
Thompson? What shirt is
What
that?
shirt?
It's a Hathor.
It's a Hathor shirt.
You're
It's
wearing the
actually-
Hathor?
This is an extra large. Dude, I feel so fat, but it's extra
Dude,
large.
they're
in
all
European
extra
size.
large, bro. They're
This is
all
extra
extra
large.
large.
Oh my god, look, there's like no room for my arm. This is
Okay,
like,
all right, weird flex.
Oh,
okay.
I'm not-
look
I'm
at
not-
just,
look at how tight
like,
this
there's some
is.
room
Oh,
for-
it's so
you just,
fitted.
you know.
extra large. Like how
Okay.
crazy? This is not extra large. This feels like a medium.
Yeah, look how tight this is on my chest. Like
Yeah,
it's
right?
so
Oh my God.
fitted.
Dude, this is like a medium. It fits me like a medium in European size. So now I know European extra large is like, you know, America medium.
Oh, your camera cut out.
No, he's probably getting changed into a Hathor shirt.
Ah,
No, he's gonna wear the ragdoll shirt, but I gave the ragdoll shirt to
Oh, no, okay.
In case anybody's curious, I can show you guys all the shirts. This is the
Oh, it's
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Nice.
show the ragdoll one. It's the limited one. And like out of every like 50 players got like one ragdoll.
And this is the Jean.
Yeah, we're currently selling these. These are $29.99. If you call right now, you'll get also your what else do they get? Let them know why, cuz. What else can they purchase here?
This one is a Wusa. You can
Here's all-
get. I'll check the draw later. But yeah, it's Wusa.
This became a QVC island. This became a QVC podcast. I love it.
Sorry, this is Hathor. I like the shirts. That's why I want to
Okay,
show
how about
everybody.
this?
I like them.
How about this? We do this. If someone wants to
And
match
Ragdoll
Hathor
that Thompson's
shirt,
asking for.
no. How about this? We do. If someone wants to match a Hathor shirt, the next subscriber for IslandGrown, he'll tell me. I'll mail it to you. I'll mail you a Hathor shirt.
No. You wait. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's
You should do
Ragdoll.
that.
This
No. You should do that on your stream.
No. It's okay. It's
You should
okay.
on your
For
stream.
some reason, like Thompson was saying, though, this Ragdoll,
mail it
I
to
don't
you.
know why. I feel like they like made a mistake.
Do it on his stream. He'll give it away on his
They didn't
stream.
print it.
No,
out.
no,
my
I'll
stream.
do it on IslandGrown stream. Next subscriber. There. Done. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I
We're
feel
doing
like
the podcast.
Ragdoll.
No, you should do it on
Yeah,
your
I feel
stream.
like
You should do it-
Ragdoll wasn't
No.
like,
The
they didn't
next
make as many.
Just tell me who sub. Have them mail you the address. I'll mail it to them. It's like really quick, man. We live in 2020.
We'll do it.
2020.
Okay, how about this?
Thompson's
No.
in the picture, man.
We do the
Where's all
giveaway.
these
No.
subs?
I
These
said
subs pouring
no.
in.
Stop baiting them to sub to me right now. Hey, thank you for that
All right,
great
all right.
subs. Yo, thank you for the
Yo, I
free
can say
subs,
whatever I
man.
want. Okay,
No,
I can
this-
say whatever I
no,
want.
no.
Thompson's gonna mail out the
Okay,
LV
no, we-
bag to the first person that subs to my channel. Thompson's gonna mail an LV
Yo,
bag.
thank you.
Oh, now it doesn't work like that.
I appreciate the shout outs. Thank you guys for the subs. I appreciate that.
Extra Hathor t-shirt.
But
Match like
we'll
me,
do it.
but-
We'll do
but
it
to
for.
be honest, this Hathor shirt fits like a medium. All right, just letting everybody know, this Hathor shirt fits like a medium. It says extra
American
large.
medium.
Why don't you demonstrate the sizing again?
Only if you're on steroids. Only if you're on
It's
steroids.
extra large, but it's a medium. I'm telling you. You guys don't believe me.
Actually, if I haven't even tried one on yet, so I don't know.
Oh, dude, it's gonna look like a freaking bra on you, bro.
Dude, we got so much swag from this this trip. I got a bunch of the bags and the shirts as well to give away. So I'm super excited to give away those. All right, if you really want to give it to the first person that did it, Xerox, you can
Xeractus, just send
just email me and then email me the address, Xerox or Twitch Whisper, and I'll give it to Thompson. All right, Thompson. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Shout outs, baby. Shout outs, baby. Hey, by the way, you still buying an IslandGrown shirt. I'm just saying. You didn't win, but you still buying an IslandGrown shirt.
I haven't got the money yet, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. It takes a little while.
It's a process. You have to go through like 20 processes.
All right, well, that was a fun intro. As you can see, this group of people right here is knows each other very well. Yeah, we all know each other pretty well. Yeah, and like I said, this is going to be a swag podcast. It was kind of actually unintended. You guys were the ones that I asked kind of like first in the group and kind of like responded. So it was perfect. Yeah, I think it worked out really, really nicely. So yeah, it wasn't actually supposed to be Stoic. Somebody else was gonna be here, but they couldn't make it. So Stoic's like, oh, I could fill in if you need. And I was like, oh, perfect. Yeah, so good team we got here. All right, we're gonna pop into our first topic that we have today. First topic is, of course, we're gonna talk about the Transmogs, right? What do you think about them? Did you get them? Do you think they're cool? Yeah. What's crap about them? What's good about them?
Big props to Anubis, to be honest with you. The Anubis looks like a Guardian Transmog, hands down.
It's a Gundam, dude.
Yeah, that was a Gundam. They put a lot of work into that one. Like, that one got so much more attention than everybody else. Like, but through the animations and all of its attacks and everything like that, way more work went into that one.
It made me feel 2% better about having a Thebay.
How do you even?
You do not have the rights to say about that, Roman. You always say you have the rights. You do not have the rights today. You just got buffed.
What?
Wait, what? Did he?
The Jaeger?
Transmog buff?
Oh, Jaeger. Oh, you have a Jaeger.
Oh,
Jaeger? Jeez, he's so good.
Dude, you've been asking for a buff, right? And Jaeger did get a buff, so you have to be kind of a little happy about it.
Yeah, but we knew that one was coming. It doesn't count.
Who can say
doesn't count?
Hold on. Thompson got a buff again. Let's
wait,
not
no. Oh my
Thompson
God.
got a buff again.
Wait, I will pontificate. Let me pontificate about Laura later on.
It doesn't count as a big word if you say it more than once.
Wait, what? What the hell does pontificate mean, bro? Did you just is that your word of the day?
I will.
It's like where you take a pontoon and you sit in it and have a discussion. That's how you.
I will bitch about Laura later. Okay, I will. Yes.
Okay.
But not right now.
All right.
Right now, he has to tell me that I don't. Oh wait, no, I got a sick Eleanor S2 buff, guys.
Eleanor got a buff?
Yeah, skill 2 got increased damage. Woo!
Well, Eleanor was already okay, right? You just weren't using it.
There's nothing wrong with Eleanor. Yeah, I use Eleanor like plenty.
Yeah, Eleanor is definitely usable. It's not. It's not the greatest.
It's probably my LD NAT 5 that I use the most.
We're talking about Transmogs here.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Transmogs.
Okay,
we'll go to buffs and nerfs later.
Listen,
as you guys know, the swag team is they get off track quite easily here.
I didn't get off track, man.
I'm just saying it made me feel 2% better to have at the base.
This will be the third set of Transmogs that I've gotten that I haven't used yet.
Wait, you bought the whole set?
Yeah, I always buy the whole sets every time, but like I don't use them because I'm lazy.
One?
It's too much
exactly.
work.
Who buys one? Buy the whole thing, bro. You're right.
The Anubis, the Commune ones made my siege defenses way more. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. Yeah,
extra procs.
Yeah, extra procs.
Now, I'm not talking shit about you, but why? Cause if you save that, if you save that $100 and use it on LD NAT 5, you might have an extra LD NAT 5.
Yo, that doesn't take away from that. That doesn't take away from that.
There are no light dark.
That's just in addition to.
No disrespect, but just
that's just in addition to.
You know,
I don't buy it any less. It's just an addition.
All right, man. All right, man.
I mean,
Stoic here has like Ragdoll.
I don't have a monthly budget, you know.
Let's not even talk about what Stoic's got. All right, Stoic has the audacity to be like, "Whoa, I'd like a Vivichel too." Fucking. Oh, I told Stoic he pulls in a good LD NAT 5. I'm gonna fly out to him and stab him.
I mean, you're a little thin on LD NAT 5.
Guys, if you guys are very curious, what you know how SSA is very kind of secretive. If you're ever curious about what their chats sound like, this is probably what their chats sound like right here. Like,
no, our chat is nothing but really Tesla stock discussions.
I'm always really nice.
Chat is.
This is weird.
Apparently, it's a Tesla conversation. Right
yeah, that's all we talk about.
You don't have to be nice. I don't want you to be nice. Okay, so what about the Transmogs then? What do you think about the two ponies, like the old one and the new one? Right, the old one's faster. The new one's like better looking, or what do you think? Which one
I'm really uncomfortable with like the My Little Pony thing. Honestly.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm
100%
super uncomfortable
My Little
with
Pony.
it. Like we used to make this joke where they came out with the My Little Pony trading card game.
Okay.
Oh man. All right. Well, I realized that I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm just gonna say it. We made a joke that when the cards came out, that we said that like every guy that bought packs over the age of like 18 should also be on like a sex offender list.
Oh my god.
But like, no, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's creepy. It freaks me out a little bit. Like, I can't do it. It's weird to me. I can't do it.
I think it's okay to embrace the sexuality. I really think it's cute. You know,
sexuality.
I think it's cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little girly, you know, but it's okay, you know.
I think it's cute.
I think it's all right in the sense.
Making it sexual is fucking weird.
In the sense for maybe like kids that play, or maybe girls that play, you know, it's cute for them. It might entice them to buy it, kind of thing. You know, I mean, I just buy them because you know you have to get the set. You know,
they did that with Yu-Gi-Oh. They came out with archetypes specifically to get girls to play the game. They came out with a Madolce archetype that was all based off of princesses and desserts. Yeah.
Magic the Gathering also made a collaboration with My Little Ponies too, by the way. I just want to say that.
Oh yeah, they did. They released those 3 cards. Yeah, I saw that.
Who knows how much there'll be like, you know, 10 years down the line, but hey, you know.
You have
I mean, you kind of had to know that eventually a transmog like that was going to come out for the unicorns, you know?
Yeah, true.
Like, it was almost like inevitable, you know what I mean?
I think it's cool.
What do you think about it?
I'm big on detailed form though. So my thing is like if you actually zoom into the transmog and you look at the wings, you'll see like 4 feathers and that creates the wing. But if you look at the original design for unicorns, or if you look at the spectral design for the unicorns, that other one, yeah. But like there's so much more detail, and I love detail. Like even some of the transmogs that are like but if you look at like the clothing, you'll see all like the detail they put into the clothing and everything, and I'm big on that. But when they go into human form, you can see a little bit of that detail and everything, but immediately you look at the wings and you're just like, it's like 4 like plastered on pieces of plastic for wings, and it's just there's no love in that for me.
So you didn't appreciate the rainbow tattoo on their butt?
I saw that.
That's where it confirms My Little Pony.
Dude, it's like My Little Pony and like Lucky Charms, like a collaboration with like someone's. It looks like little Lucky Charms, man. It's like the cereal. Yeah.
So once again on the detail, why didn't they change the tattoo? They could have did something else per element, but it's the same, just different colors.
I like. I do like the rainbow
little things. Guys.
I do like the rainbow, you know, color sets that they've been doing with them, though. I kind of like that. The coloration is nice, though. But yeah,
you used a word to describe it like celestial, or not celestial, but you said spectral. Can you imagine if they did like a transmog set that was like that? Like I don't know if people remember like the spectral tiger from WoW, or like a celestial kind of thing with the little stars and like kind of translucent. That would be cool. I would like to see that. Like a spectral transmog, that would be neat.
Well, isn't there?
I guess that you kind of get fucked up with the colors, maybe, but I don't know.
Actually, have an idea for Diana.
Okay.
What if for Diana's in pony form, they just take out for only Diana? They just take out the stun. Do you think that's a fair nerf?
Can we talk about nerfs later?
Okay, fine.
But that's actually a really good point. I actually want to elaborate on that. That's good. That's a good point. But
we're talking about ponies.
Any other transmogs of interest? I think the Anubises were what Stoic said. They put a lot of time and effort into the Anubises.
The horse is not bad looking.
You like the way it looks? I don't really like it too much, but that's just style preference, I think.
I think it looks cool with the light one. I think
it's cool because it's big. You know what I'm
saying? They took the same weapon from the new Desert Queen buff, and I don't like that. I hate the reskinning of taking something and then like just changing it a little bit and then applying it to something else. I don't like that. So if you look at the new Desert Queen weapon, it's the 2 candles, and this one's I think it's holding like 2 things like a candle.
It's the scale.
It almost looks kind of the same.
Well, I mean, Anubis was like the judge. It was like where they'd weigh the. Well, I guess it was not. It was Anubis. I don't know if it was Horus. It was like it's like the weigh the heart and either feed a heart to the dog or whatever the fuck. I don't know. So it's like themed. Like it's kind of accurate as far as I remember. But. I think it's
interesting. They do the theme thing a lot. They just don't put them together. Like,
well, they do the themes with all the names, right? Every name is a thing.
I'll also tell you what that transmog for the Desert Queen is like the ugliest transmog ever. The one with the candles and stuff. No one uses that one. Everyone used the bikini.
No, it is ugly, but the graphics not bad. When
I use it for Hathor. I like it.
Yeah, I use it for Hathor.
When it does skill 3, it's decent.
Fine. You know,
I don't use it, Thompson. Don't worry. I'm with you, Thompson. I don't use that one. Don't worry. You're not alone, bro.
Neostone fighters look great though. I actually really like the Neostone fighters. I'm a big fan of that one. I like that Assassin's Creed.
The only problem with
Neostone
fighters is that nobody uses them. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Thompson uses the wind one.
Only Trevor, if anything, for Siege.
Nah, Thompson loves the wind one.
Against Zyros Lucian Cleaves. And then the wind one is kind of like pretty awesome too.
Yeah, Thompson loves the wind one.
What is the other ones that we missed out on talking on? Phantom Thieves? Yeah, right? It's like a meh. And then,
Didn't even look at that.
And then what's the last one?
I think the biggest issue with those is just like no matter how good they look, you never get to see them because you never get to use them.
No, that was all of them. Horus.
Nobody really pays mind to like Phantom Thieves and Neostones and stuff, because it's never gonna be used.
So big winners is definitely the of course the ponies, right? Obviously, and then the Anubises. I think Anubises might be some of the best 4-star skins that we've seen, honestly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really good.
By far.
One of the best 4 skins we've seen. Sorry. Anyways, that's just me. Okay, keep going. But yeah, all in all, I think the Transmogs are nice. It does merit people to, some people are always weighing out, what skins to get, as well as, is the whole set worth it? I think if you're gonna buy a whole set, this one's not too bad because there's definitely some nice ones within, right? They're okay. And having the whole unicorn set and having the whole Anubis set is quite nice as well. But yeah, is there any other transmogs you guys want to see in the future, right? Where you got into, a little bit about World of Warcraft, your thoughts on it, but any other units and how you think it should be transmogged?
I don't think
there's still no martial artist, right? Like poor Sin is still waiting for his transmog.
Okay, before they do martial artists, they got high elementals. But by the time
to see a Skogul transmog.
The second awakening comes out, it'll be too late.
I want to see a Skogul transmog. That'd be cool.
Skogul transmog. What would it be?
All
right, so,
you also got
state your unit and what you would think it would want to be.
I just think in general, there just needs to be more transmogs of different monsters versus having
Dragon Ball
3 or 4 of the same one.
Some kind of Titan transmog for the giant warriors. Some kind of that would be cool.
Make them larger.
Remember,
than
you have
the
light and the dark one?
Yeah. Do I what?
You have the light and the dark one, right?
I have 2 lights and 4 darks.
Yeah. Oh god.
Oh, that's it?
Oh,
not even that much.
I still only use Skogul though, so the hell doesn't matter.
You don't use Tracer?
No, he's been. I tested back and forth between the 2 on siege defense, and Skogul's just better. The elemental thing is the difference maker.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
What about like you said, high elementals, Thompson? What would the design be? Because they're kind of a weird looking unit, right?
But I think like by the time they make a transmog for high elementals, it feels like a money scam because they're gonna make second awakenings for the high elementals, right?
I don't think so, dude. You think so? I don't think they're not high on the list. I feel like they want to prioritize units that were used before a lot. Not currently still used and really fill up, like regular imps, right? And then you go back, nostalgia, water imps with, manualing GB10, fire Viking, like, first DB10 team, right? Seek, right?
Vagabond, maybe?
I saw
Vagabond.
chat said Lightning Emperor. I think that would be kind of cool.
Oh, Lightning Emperor would be kind of cool too.
He looks cool as it is. I would be interested to see. I think he's something that like his design is already so detailed that it'd have to be one of these like completely different weird kind of things, like how they did Admiral Beast Monks or like the Ager as like the pirate thing. It'd have to be a completely different themed thing. They couldn't take what he is and make it better.
I know what it is.
You know what it is?
It's gonna be Lightning Emperor. Beach transmog. They're just gonna have no
there you go.
You know what I mean? And they're just gonna have abs showing, right?
Coconuts?
Yeah, throw coconuts.
It's been a year for the Druids, right?
Yeah, Druids. What would Druids look like?
Could do something.
I don't know what
Druids would just be some. I think you would just do something like World of Warcrafty with it. Just make it more nature.
I think the most important thing is just making more transmogs for monsters that don't have transmogs now instead of
Patrick, you don't need any more transmogs. Okay, the most important thing is for you to buy L&D packs.
I don't stop buying them. Would you like to check my account? Want to log on?
I know.
You know what something people don't factor in is that the ponies and the druids and stuff, since they change forms, it actually takes them more work to do those for the same price. So do you think it's less of an incentive for them to do them, or that's why they may be a little bit lazier? Because it takes more work. They got to do double for each one now, right?
Can I tell you what Comtois could do to make a lot of money from transmogs?
Brian says nope.
But so what they need to do is they make transmogs and they make limited edition transmogs, which you can't buy with stones. You can only buy with money. It only comes out at limited time. So they'll do like Thanksgiving transmogs, and it'll be like a turkey, and it'll be like one monster. You gotta be paid $30 for that one monster. Make a lot of money. Limited edition transmog, and it's only out for like 2 days.
And you know what? That's actually fair to say because of the fact that they have, you know, like mounts, and they have like skins for Elia, and they have like, you know, buildings that are limited that you can never get again unless you were here.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So I don't think it's unfeasible to
Yep.
make
Limited edition
skin.
transmogs.
You
If
could
you
do
do
that
it,
with like
make a lot of money.
other transmog items as well, like the effect items, you know, like the guardian wings and things like that. You could do the same
But
idea.
those limited edition transmogs will still come out, but it's every year it'll come out like once. Like during Thanksgiving,
I don't think they should do it for
during,
transmogs. I think
Christmas
it'd be
and other
cool.
stuff, you know.
I think it'd be cool
I
if they did it
think
for like wings and stuff like that, like some kind of, you know, like some kind of aura.
Ooh, an aura would be cool. Yeah,
cool.
You know,
Aura,
aura or wings.
Aura, I
or
don't know. I
something.
think Aura is kind of cool. You can work for it, but then like a transmog that's limited, like even if you're free to play, it doesn't affect you because it's like it's just a transmog, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're already on the verge of doing something small like that. Like, just remember back, we were all in Paris at the time, and it was that $10 Devilmon pack.
Oh yeah, I
So it's
remember.
like you got your Devilmon, but then you also got something with it. I forget, what was it?
It was,
You got something.
carriage.
It was
It
like a
was,
building.
250
carriage, right?
crystals.
It was
There
the
There
ghost
you go.
carriage.
So it's like that was a limited time and very affordable for almost anybody. It's $10. You get a Devilmon, and then you get something special for it. So not so much like a transmog, but a special item that was, hey, just for October, we had
They
that. And it
do-
was how long was it? Like a week?
Couple
It was-
1 week?
2 weeks.
It was
We got it
available
2
for
weeks?
a couple weeks. You know, they do exactly what Thompson's talking about with the backgrounds, like for your profile. They have a
Right.
Halloween one, they have a Christmas one. They just came out with this new one with this pack with the
The special legendary
Devilmon
packs, yeah.
legendary. Yeah, they did a new background with that. So that's how they do their themed things.
Transmogs, limited edition transmogs. That'll be.
I think that's
that'll be-
fair. I think, you know, if they're looking to, you know, make more money, which I mean, we're not dumb, right? We're smart. We know they gotta make money,
it
right?
will-
Hey, I'm
So-
down to see Orion as a
because
turkey.
the
I'll
free-to-play
take it. Whatever.
players-
Or Perna as a turkey,
So the
dude.
free-to-play
Perna
players,
as a turkey, just like
Double
you
gun.
imagine getting wrecked by a turkey. Like, yeah, the fucking turkey proc the shit out of me. Okay, cool.
What were you saying, Thomas? I mean, Thompson. Thomas. I said Thomas.
Thomas.
Thompson.
No, I was saying it helps the free-to-play players too because the pay-to-play players keeps the game running by paying, right?
True.
So then it really helps everybody.
Okay, that's fair. I think those are some pretty good suggestions. All in all, looks like some of the transmogs are interesting. They're nice. Right? Stoic also said that, it's not as detailed though, but still nice. It's cool to see them, and the Anubises definitely were good, and the ponies were definitely, solid. Hopefully we see some of these changes in the future. We see some of these transmog ideas that we came up with, and even these pay-to-win packs that we're talking about, limited edition skins and stuff, it does actually work because it makes the pay-to-win people, feel good, right? They can get something limited, right? Collecting, that's a big thing. Collecting, there is a big addiction with collecting, and we know that goes back to the beginning of time, man, with just pogs or trading cards, right? There's a collecting aspect of
Pogs.
field.
Oh my god, Pogs.
I know, right? All right, we're gonna move on to the next topic here. Topic number 2. Yeah, topic number 2 is it's an interesting question. I don't know if I've asked this before, but what do you think about the current state of the game, and what do you want to see changed?
I'm not sticky today. Damn.
I've got a quote actually from ESPN. They did a article on Paris final. I don't know if you guys caught on to that. I know we did share it in the swag chat because
I did
funny
not.
enough, it was all about Thompson, and it was supposed to be about Les, but Les didn't want to give an interview because they asked him a question. They said, "Can you repeat that?" And he just replied with no. He didn't want to repeat it. So then, okay, this is a loss, and then they just did the interview with Thompson. So the whole article is about Thompson.
Really?
And
I didn't see it.
I didn't
What do
see
you
it
mean
either.
you
Yeah,
didn't see
send
it?
it
It's in the
to me.
swag chat.
Yes,
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it
I'll
out.
send
Yeah,
it
why
out.
Cousins Let me pull up the quote that we have here from the EU office itself. So Comptus has said they know the game is still unfair and are working to improve it. Outside free, competitive, viable monsters, bounce badges, and updates have addressed some community concerns. It's something that we're working on, but I think we're in a good place, said the general manager, Game Evil Comptus Europe, David Moore, M-O.
That's the guy that was on
David Moore.
stage. The
Yep.
guy on stage giving
Yes.
the trophy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
the
there you go. So they understand the game's not fair, and they want to work towards to making it, more fair. And how do you stop that? You'd stop it by less RNG kind of things, and skill, unit, collaboration, stuff like that, to show why a player is better than another. You know what I mean? We have to stop the luck sacking of this game to actually show that it's
tough,
more
though.
fair.
I think they're in a tough
I think it's called
position.
Google Play now.
Yep.
Yeah, Google Play. I think it's in a tough position because they really need to balance out the entertainment with this kind of fairness. Because I think if it was, too fair, it would be too chess-like and not very entertaining to watch.
I think
know?
that people that win and don't smile should not be allowed to win. Like I spend the whole month, right, giving the game money, and I smile, right? This guy stood on stage collecting money from the game, and he couldn't smile. I don't think you should be allowed to win.
Wait, how many contestants have we had on stage that haven't smiled? Did Tomato not really respond or smile either? Well, all the winners.
You know, like it's not like a thing that, you know, okay, Thompson's my guildie, whatever, he lost it, whatever, he beat him, whatever. But it's like, yo, the guy literally, they were like, I was there in person. One time he smiled when I made a joke because I yelled at him. I said, "Yo," I said, "they're giving you fucking money. You want to smile?" And then they smiled once, and that's the only picture. That's the only good picture they have of him. You know what I'm saying?
That's so funny.
like Jesus, I don't care what your personality is. You could fake a smile. You know what I'm trying to say? Like bro, you spent $100,000 US. You know what I'm saying?
I think smile or cry.
Smile
or cry or cry.
Pretend you're happy. You know what I'm saying? Pretend.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous, dude.
True, that's fair.
That was ridiculous.
That's true. He was on there. Like I have a picture of him too. That was just like
look at BT last year. BT won less than a third of what he won, right? And BT was like he almost threw the check into the ceiling. You know what I'm trying to say? Like pretend. You know what I'm saying? Even if BT wasn't happy really, but at least he pretended he was. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he wasn't, but come on, like you can't pretend. You know, for the sake of getting the company one good picture.
Yeah, that's
I was gonna get one of these shirts signed by all the players that participated, but my one issue was trying to get a signature from Les, and I was like, if I don't get Les, it's like not even worth doing it. So then I just did the shirt and had everybody sign it again, like you guys remember that last dinner. But that was like my only reason why I couldn't do that. Like I was gonna do it, but I was like, I'm not gonna get Les, and everyone's gonna be like, where's the guy that won it? You know, I don't think I can talk to him. He didn't want to be bothered by anybody.
I mean, I spoke to him. You know, he's nothing really that wrong with him. I mean, he's a little weird, obviously, but there's nothing crazy wrong with him, you know. But like, when it came down to afterwards, like, yo, you just got paid, bro. Like, you know,
would be nice
you could
to
pretend.
get a smile.
Yeah,
right.
Come on. All the cameras are waiting to get one good picture. Everybody else is stuck standing on stage because you won't smile. You know, that's messed up.
You're not gonna smile. At least flip the bird. I mean, make it interesting.
Do something. Pull your pants down. You know, I don't know.
Going back to the topic here, what do you guys think of the state of the game? Yeah, moving forward now. We kind of talked about a little bit. They're trying to make it more fair, but you know, what do you want to see change? I mean, this is a great time to talk about it because they're gonna start. You know, usually Comptos makes changes and balances things and stuff throughout the beginning of the year. I feel like first and second quarter, right, and then that sets up for what the tournament and RTA and everything's gonna look like for third and fourth quarter. Right.
Well, the biggest thing I think is still the same story. It's still the Fran meta, the Verd meta, things like that. I mean,
yeah,
I understand the game is trying to aim it. The game is trying to aim to make it like, more free to play friendly, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But the free to play shouldn't be the strongest thing in the game either. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, free to play stuff should be viable and it should be feasible to use and good to use, but it should not be the thing to do, the meta. You know what I mean? Like, there is nothing better than the free to play. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, the free to play can beat anything. It shouldn't be that way, because then, like, really, where's the benefit for the guys that put all the time and the effort and the money or whatever into the game? You know, I'm not saying because I spend money I should be better than everybody else. That's not what I'm trying to say. But the guy that doesn't spend money shouldn't be better than me just because. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right, but if I don't know if it's their plan to do it, but if they're planning to go towards esports, there's no way they can make any teams or anybody do esports with the current state of it. The only way, and I think, is if they made a second kind of tournament bracket, right, for a system where the account that they use or when you go into that mode, everything is very similar, right, or everything is same. But if they do that, going back to what you said, the value for people that spend money might go down a little bit, because if that becomes their main mode, that becomes their prize mode, their tournament and everything, esports and whatnot, then maybe people don't want to spend as much money, right? So I think Comptos is kind of conflicted between, why change what's not broken and, just fidget around where they at because they're making money and they're kind of scared to, lose out by trying to go esports and, just the company just
like we said for years now, the only way to be a real esport is if everything's fair. Like you said, a special mode where everybody has full access to all the monsters, everybody has exactly the same runes, you know what I'm saying? That's one story, but then, like you said, where's the benefit in that, right? Because not going to be free to play.
You could do it with
and be ahead of the guy.
You could do it with like a draft concept, right? Like in Magic, you draft. Like that's in big Magic tournaments. There's like your deck, and you play X amount of rounds, then you draft for X amount of rounds, and you go back to your deck. Like there could be something where it's like there's a monster pool, and like pre-tournament, you draft monsters. You take turns and you draft monsters, and then you each have like the exact same limited rune pool, and then you have this amount of time to rune up, and then you play.
Right, but that still goes back to what Island said, though. It takes away from the guy spending money, because it's kind of like, okay,
I mean, there's no way.
when it's time to make money, the guy that's free to play has the same access to the stuff that I have. You know what I mean? There's no benefit. There's no gain.
I think there's
no edge.
I think that's the biggest issue for the jump.
And that's a big dilemma, yeah.
I actually don't think the violent procs and stuff is an issue because when you're trying to do an esports, there are still RNG factors. In almost every esport you see out there, there's always RNG factors. Hearthstone, doesn't even matter. League of Legends, even like, Dota, there are certain factors. Yeah, and if you go back in history and you watch some of it, there are a lot of esport moments that definitely happen. So I don't think violent procs is the big issue, but making things more on a plain, fair field, right, with the runes and units that we're saying, and then allowing them to play and have potential procs makes for an exciting match, and it's still fair, and it would be more esports, I think. So that's my opinion. I think a lot of people complain too much about the vials. They're like, can't be esports because of vial. Can't be esports because of vial. That's not the big issue in my opinion.
What if the game assigned every monster into a specific tier? Like, you know how FWA used to make tier lists, right? And that was another caveat to your draft is that you got
only have one SSS, one
X amount of monsters from each tier. And it is
if they do that, that'll be awesome.
And you have your existing monster pool, but you have the X amount of monsters that are labeled triple S.
Here's the issue.
That would be a bunch of debate.
No, that's pretty cool, but the only small issue to that would be is that whose interpretation, you know what I'm saying? Because
you guys,
you guys, right? For example, Yun Hong is 9 S's, right? To me, Yun Hong's like 2 S's, right?
Right.
So it's up for interpretation is the issue with that.
Hey, you're gonna get buffed too, why? Because like Jaro's 1S, definitely. Jaro's like F.
But honestly, as a player though, as a player and not thinking about the Comtuos in the company, I would be so excited if they released a mode that put people into a fair playing field, because now I feel like, hey, I can go in and I can actually invest my time to get smart and become like a really good player and not have to worry about this guy having better stuff than me, right? I'm the smarter player, right?
Do you want to
different?
I mean, the issue with the game is not our
way of making a fair playing field. Like, I could farm dragons, you could farm dragons too. That's fair. Like, everyone has a fair chance to violent proc, Yeah.
It's not the RNG, I mean, if you consider stuff like Hearthstone, they consider Hearthstone an esport. Like, that's the most RNG thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you draw random. Yeah, that's true.
That shit's insane. You play Yogscron or whatever.
Yeah, but everybody has the same access to the same cards, though. That's the thing.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I mean it's not the violence that's the issue.
No, it's definitely not the violence.
It's the equivalent accessibility.
I mean, listen, violent procs, I hate it the most, dude. I have the worst luck. You know what I'm saying? I had the EU guys playing my account. They're like, is this possible? They're losing their minds playing my account, Yeah, it's like I have very bad luck, and that's fine, but like I said, I agree. The violent procs is not what kills the whole esport concept. It really comes down to the fact that, it's just no way everybody can have the same access. Like you said, like Thompson said, right? I've been playing longer than everybody in the channel, pretty much. I can assume, and I have like the least LD NAT 5s. You know what I'm saying? Like I have no quad speed runes. And I have 3 years of rune packs.
That's why I like my tiered
Really cool solution, guys. Really cool solution. So this is the plan. Mobile Masters #2. They set in a game mode and they bring it back with content creators only. Not players, not this huge reward. It's going to be a Mobile Masters #2. Get the community excited to see content creators go at it again, but now they're doing it with this suggestion where everyone gets the same monster pool, everyone gets the same runes. They go out and they test it and they make it an event. People are going to go and watch it. Everyone gets excited for RTA.
And I think that's
Everybody
fine.
gets excited for possible a new change, and then down the road bring it in.
Right. The most important part you're saying is that it's not for a big prize pool. You know what I'm saying? So everybody be willing to do it.
There is no prize pool. There is no prize pool. Listen, we're all playing a game that we love, and we want to see it change. We want to see it become an esport. So why not Mobiles Masters #2? Can't tell me IslandGrown's going to say no to that. But come on,
it would actually play. I've actually lost a lot of my spark in RTA probably since after the first couple of seasons. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't excite me as much anymore.
I just want to say this: I had a 3-hour time to hang out with IslandGrown in person, and we were screaming. He was using a pretty well account, and he has really high IQ when it comes to RTA.
He does.
So yeah,
I was there for that too, and honestly, he's a pretty smart player. Granted, his account is limited for whatever reason it's limited for, but if he had an equal playing field kind of account, he'd be a lot better than he is.
I agree.
Dude, I was telling everybody about that moment as well too when we were scrimming, and I was saying that I always knew Ragdoll was really strong, but dude, I never got to. That was one of the first times I got to actually sit down and like play for like an hour or two with the ragdoll. Oh my god, dude! The way you draft in the unit is so good, dude.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Doesn't matter if your runes are like 20 speed faster.
Dude, ragdoll is so good, dude. That was one of the first legit times, dude. Actually, legit first time, dude. I felt that. Yeah. Actually, insane.
It wasn't ragdoll. It was your IQ, but yes.
But yeah, no, but it made the draft. It made the draft easier for me to base it on that and go around it. But yeah,
you know what makes it easy? The fact that there's never a wrong time to pick a ragdoll.
Oh, you know what else was easy? You know what else? The account that I used had the NAT 5s, like all of them. So and everything was ruined pretty much properly. So my brain always just has to be like, okay, I want to do this against this. I don't have to worry about okay, got my goddamn root account don't got things ruined properly. You know what I'm saying?
Is it missing a rune?
Exactly. It's just there. It's like okay, I think this is gonna be good. I think Josephine's gonna be great here. I'm picking Josephine, and I know it's ruined properly, and it's fine. You know what I mean? Just having that is just so much off your thinking. It's insane.
It was a Silly Me's account. It was Suel's account.
It was your account, Silly Me.
I do think honestly though that assigning units tier levels and then giving you a limited amount of like tier usage is a way to balance out the units that are available and not. I think that could help.
Right. I think it's a pretty cool concept, honestly. I'm not opposed to what you're saying, Rob. I think it's a decent concept. You know, it's just like I said, the problem is the interpretation. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, and that would be something else that would be addressed like with the balance patch, right? Like, you know, like assign something like tier 1 through 5 and you get a cumulative total of, 14 points or something, and then something gets balanced. And like a unit doesn't even necessarily need buffed. It would just be like, oh, they've lowered the tier value of a certain unit, and like at a tier 5, that unit's okay, but tier 4, that unit's become sick, and it's like way more playable. I like that.
That's like what I'm curious. I'm curious.
I know, Roman. Like you got that from like you could say you got it from Magic cards, because Magic cards when you draft, there's like 1 rare, 3 uncommons, and then the rest is commons, and you draft from that scale. But it's really hard to rate a monster. It's really hard to rate a monster because like how are you gonna
we trust them to. We trust them to balance the monsters. We'd have to trust them.
Is Lauren going to be your 1 rare you use, right?
So like going back to this as well.
SSS, because there's counter.
Right back.
Yeah. So going back to this though, like it's really hard because I guess one of the things I want to know, I don't know if you're interested as well though, is I kind of want to know what Comtuous's goal is. Do they want to go towards the esports, right? Because going towards the esports, right, making it fair, making like, kind of like stuff we suggested maybe differently, I don't know what it is, but something like that would definitely drive more people to the game, right? More people would probably hear about the game since it's more esports and the game would grow. Or are they satisfied with the way that they've been doing things the last couple of years and they want to improve on that, right? Make it more of a viewer experience as a player or as a as a competitive player or a regular player of the game. You get to go to these competitions, go to these meetups and enjoy it for like that festival competitive feel, but not esports, right? What do they want to do? That's what I want to know. Right?
It feels like it's esports. I mean, they've been making your free-to-play units the most dominant units, and then in that interview, the guy apologized for it being not, the way it broke down. It's like, oh yeah, we know it's not completely fair, but we're moving in that direction. So that sounds like esport. I mean, and that's
I can tell you
from
right
a company
now.
Perspective. I mean, money is in the esports industry. So I mean, from a business perspective, it makes more sense to go esport.
Yeah, 100%. So they are going in the esport direction. There's a lot of stuff that I can't discuss.
Oh, what do you know? I'm gonna hit you up tonight. What do you know, sir?
No, I really can't. But yes, they are, and they have like big plans. That's all I have to say is like they have big plans, and they said be prepared for 2020. So big plans for sure.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to the thing is that we're hearing words from people in EU and US, but end of the day, the most important is actually the Korea office. They're the ones that kind of are the big dogs that make the decisions on the way that the. Oh, hello. Hello.
Just working from a nap. I had to run down and get it.
Yeah, you guys know how Wyka says he doesn't have LD NAT 5? This is why right here. Take a little look. Yeah, and I think it was a good choice.
This way.
He doesn't got the LD NAT 5s right there. That's his real IRL LD NAT 5. Just woke up from a nap.
Yeah, her hair is not done.
Callie Harper loves me.
Yeah, you want to see a picture?
Those pictures were super cute. Those pictures were really cute.
Very cute. All right, so overall, I think we can kind of agree on the state of the game.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Go ahead.
Can I talk about one more thing?
Sure.
I think like for it to be esport, like Comtuous needs to involve more people, right? And the way to involve more people, the way to involve more people is maybe like to balance the game. Maybe like you could have like a tournament where like a G3 player, a G2 player, G1 player gets to team up versus another G3, G2, and G1. I don't know, however way they make it, but have more people, because like the tournament is like so singular. It's only like 1 or 2 people. What's the chances of you making it into a tournament? You know,
I'd love to see a bunch more modes.
More people involved in a tournament. Maybe a bigger cash prize and more people involved. It'll be cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I will reiterate one more thing that we've talked about in the past for our podcast. They need to experiment through the special league, right? If you want to test out this, everybody gets same units. If you want to test out this, 2 versus 2 mode, do it in the special league. There is no repercussions. I feel there is. Can we all agree on that? There's going to be no repercussions. It's a for fun mode, right? That doesn't affect anything, where they can use it to experiment on whatever they need to know and whatever they want to gain in terms of knowledge to move forward with this. So they need to do that instead of giving us the special league that's just tournament mode, man. I hate that. I hate that. Like, even if it's bad, people are...
Well, the reason why that special league was, I think, is to give the participants, like, actually a little more time to practice the SWC mode. But
and also, you can do the tournament.
That's what I hate the most, by the way.
As well.
And I hate it not because I mind the pre-ban. I hate it because it takes so much longer each game, right? Because the pre-ban timer.
Everybody's getting their kids.
Yeah.
Oh.
We gotta send this to Molly, and then Thompson's in trouble.
Oh.
Can I just? Does this
Everybody's
count?
bringing their kid. All right, I'm gonna bring my kid too.
I'm ready.
Does this count?
You guys see that? Everybody, congratulations, Roman.
It's a boy.
Oh, really?
Man.
Yeah, it's a boy.
Yeah.
Incoming next year in March.
This is me holding my child.
So cute.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
I know
Family-friendly content. Fog.
IslandGrown's never inviting us back.
No, I love this. I love this.
He's
Dude.
like babysitting stream.
I
Babysitting.
know, right?
I can go get a dog. I got 3 to pick from. I'll go grab a dog.
If all these guys here have LDNAT 5s and have kids, you guys can too. Yeah, you heard that? Yeah,
That's right.
you guys can too.
So cute.
I'll go grab a dog. I can grab a Shiba. You want a Shiba?
All right, we'll move on to the next topic here, but I think this is a good topic that I might channel in for the next couple of weeks and see people's opinions, because I really want to emphasize on this and brainstorm to, improve the game, right? We enjoy the game. We love the game. We want to see it grow and do more. So this is a really, really good topic. All right, random topic here. Yeah. Do you still have a Dream Nat 5? And if you do, what is it? It's something that people ask you quite a bit, right? Can be
Elemental
LD or
or LD? Okay.
can be either. Whatever is your most wanted, your dream.
Gianna, hands down.
Gianna's your dream? Like, out of all the LD Nat 5s or whatever, Gianna.
Out of everything, that's number 1.
Okay, fair enough. You do have fast runs.
Mine is probably Arda or Ragdoll, one or the other.
Same.
Oh,
I'm in
yeah.
that same boat as well. What about you, Stoic?
Dream Net 5 right now is a Velajewel.
Really? To go with
Bella?
your
Yeah.
Arda. Bella.
Oh, yes, I'm gonna go
So
get
you
a
can run the
dog.
same comp that every other Chinese person runs. I get it. Arda Ragdoll triple immunity. Arda Ragdoll triple healer. Arda Ragdoll triple immunity.
I don't have
healer.
triple immunity. My only consistent immunity is a Fran and an
Listen,
Amelia.
everybody got a Delphoy, bro. I don't
Oh,
want to
that's
hear it.
okay.
You got Delphoy.
But that's actually a good combo for him. Ragdoll, Artemil, and he has access to like Bella.
Oh, dude, if you have Ragdoll Artemis, all you want is immunity. It's over. Like,
True.
Every Chinese guy does it in China, man.
True.
They
Okay.
all run the same comp. Triple immunity.
What about you,
Immunity.
Thompson?
A Pater would be really nice, and of course Ragdoll. So I don't have to play against Ragdoll.
I see. Because I was saying your playstyle doesn't really go with. Would you use a Ragdoll a lot? If let's say your opponent doesn't choose it, would you use a Ragdoll a lot? Let's just say that.
My playstyle could be really flexible, Like you could say, like my playstyle.
I can tell you right now that if Thompson had a
I'm known for my
Ragdoll,
bruisers as well. You know what I mean?
since I'm his manager and he's my client, I can tell you that if Thompson had a Ragdoll, he'd only pick it against if the guy had a Ragdoll. That's the only time he'd ever pick it.
I see. Yeah, because I feel like you wouldn't use it that much because you would rather just play what you have. You just don't like going against Ragdoll, so you just take it away, is what you're saying, right? Basically. Yeah, that laugh reassures it. That laugh reassures it. All right, move on to next topic. That was a super quick one. That was just a fun one. Topic number 4 here is going to just be weekly buffs and nerfs, okay? So we can go into whatever happened in the last balance patch or whatever you think would be good buffs or nerfs. Thompson, you were talking about Diana, how to nerf it. You were saying something about smoke skill 1. Go ahead.
I mean, like, it really hurts when she strips and she stuns, right? If she could strip and still get her violent proc, because there's really no way to deal with that. If she could strip but not stun, do you think that would be better?
I think it's a small nerf.
But it's towards the right direction, right?
Yeah. Like, if actually, what are some small things about Diana that we can take away that would make her less viable? Then, like things like that, I feel like won't fully hurt her, but are enough to nerf her, right? Like, what if we manipulated her shield amount? Maybe she doesn't shield as much. We manipulate her stun. What else can we manipulate of her? And then
I like the stun idea.
I don't think you want to nerf a monster to make them unusable, kind of like Ganymede and stuff like that. But you could nerf her. So imagine like she violent procs and she stuns like 3 of your units, you're dead, right?
Can't we do something like make it like, even though it changes forms, limited to 1 proc? You know what I'm saying? Like, it can go human 1 extra time per turn maximum. You know what I mean? Not the 6 turn humans. You know,
even if she strips and she doesn't violent proc and she stuns, it still hurts a lot, right?
Well, that still makes her a normal unit, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
I think her stun makes her really
Yeah, I don't know how they cycle that.
The toxicities, the amount of turns that Diana can take, that's what needs to stop. No one wants to see 36
it has to stop
Diana.
that 5-turn, 6-turn thing. It has to be 1 turn only. So basically, horse to human, back to horse, you can go human once more maximum. You know what I'm saying?
And that doesn't break her. It keeps her a strong unit.
Right. It makes her a strong unit. If you remove the stun, though, twice, you know, that's it.
If you remove the stun, I feel like that could hurt her down the road. Because, I mean, we've seen them go back to units and they've nerfed units multiple times. You know, how many times did they hit Ganymede? So imagine if, because I mean, we've seen these things and we don't agree with some of the buffs or nerfs that they do. So like, imagine if they did go and they said, all right, Diana cannot get that additional turn, stopping the crazy cycle, and they go, maybe that wasn't enough, and then they go and they take away that stun. Now, honestly, I think that's a dead unit. She can't cycle, and then she can't even stun. I would say Diana's not that great anymore after that. You know what I mean?
I mean, she's still
she
toxic.
Can cycle, but she can't stun. That's what I'm saying.
Do you still find her like insanely toxic, or is there a lower level toxicity with the changes to the units in the last like 6 months, and like Antares coming in to play a little bit more? Does it feel a little bit less? I feel like there's been less like crazy talk about. I mean, it does still happen though, but less crazy talk of Diana going nuts. I don't know. That's just my opinion though. I don't know.
Well, it's Antares. Ever since Antares came, hasn't been that much complaints about Diana because of Antares. But unless they're not going to draft the Antares and they let the Diana through, and then Diana goes ballistic, there's not really much you could do about that.
Right. So maybe the counter to her, which I've always suggested, was to change other units to be more like Antares. Right. What if there are units that, you know, that cuck turn cycling or cuck the Diana like that to counter? Because if there's more counters, then you don't even see Diana drafted as much. If Diana's drafted much, then you don't really experience that bad issue as much, right? More of a drafting issue. This is something that I said before Paris even came, and I was like, I'm gonna be really disappointed if I just see people jumping for an Antares just because they know it's an RNG unit, and that's exactly what happened. I think that's exactly what happened with 3 of the matches at the start of that final. Like Thompson's matches went, and then everybody basically won with an Antares because Antares is a cucking unit.
Yo, my Antares was broken.
We don't need more of those, man. We do not need more units that are gonna get abused.
Yeah, that one game that Thompson picked Antares, literally 0 procs. He still I think he still won that game, but it's literally 0 procs.
I mean, these are good topics to bring up because I enjoy talking about these topics in order to, you know, come up with more discussion, more ideas to, you know, fix this. You know what I mean? Because I mean, Comtos is probably sitting there as well, you know, thinking, how can we make the game better? Right? They always want to make the game better. I mean, that's a true statement there. But how is where we need to brainstorm.
I have a question for you guys as well. So if Antares is a chance to get the additional turns, 15%, okay? How often does he proc? Because honestly, I feel like he procs a lot.
But it's a stacking increased chance.
Yeah, it's stacking increased chance. And it goes so fast you don't see it, right? It's like 15 and then 20 and then there's so many units moving that it's proc.
You could make Diana a stacking decreased chance, you know, but I mean by the time she takes 2 turns, that's kind of rough.
Well, so what if Virunes were a stacking decrease as well? But I was gonna say, like, what if your Virunes were actually down to a 15% chance for additional turn?
Although the most important part of this conversation,
you look at Antares' additional turn and then Bioproc
needs to happen is Verd, right?
No, you can't change Verd.
Of course you can. Make it once. 2 attacks, bar moves up once. Not broken.
Wait, 2 attacks what?
So bad.
Keep the attacks 2, but when it's PvP, It only gives bar once. When it's PvE, you can still give bar twice. PvP give bar once, right?
That's hard though. Can't change that because that's a totally new mechanic. Like making that's an idea though. That's an idea. Making units that are PvE that have skills in PvE but different in PvP, right? That's a little bit different of a mechanic there.
I feel like
There's
they would
no
want to
unit
do
like
that
that,
just because they
Okay, so we'll need
it
to
gives
wear
them more room to make new units, right? If you start making units do that.
Right. All right. Any other units that we can address here?
I think in this meta, Verd keeps a lot of toxicity away. So people that use Verd kind of knows what I'm talking about. Because like some people go like double immunity, some people go like like 4 healers, some people go like 4. There's a lot of toxicity in RTA, but Verd really keeps those toxicity in check. And
yeah, but Verd is the toxicity.
Verd, I feel like Verd is. I think some
exactly, but you have to
heavy
counter
L's
toxicity
from
with
Verd
toxicity.
alone.
You know what I'm talking about?
I mean, wasn't Verd coming into meta to kind of counteract Jean because Jean was used so much back in the day? Is that a true statement or not?
The only other thing
downfall
too,
of Jean,
only
right?
other thing you could do with Verd is like how we do with Jean is like when he revenges, it doesn't give the bonus, you know, because the thing that's talks about Verd is that it's a unit that's the worst if you keep it alive, right? But it's the scariest thing to hit. You know what I'm saying? If you attack it, your game's over. Your game's over. You lost.
Yeah. If
so the revenge should not give the bar. You know what I'm saying?
If
that's
I'm
the only way you can nerf him.
that's-
You want to nerf him like that.
But now when you nerf him like that, he's a dead unit after that. So if you know he's not
He's
going to
not
get
a
an
dead
attack,
unit.
you
It
just
still gives
down him, you know what I mean?
40% bar every time he moves.
I mean, think
It's
about
the same concept
Box
as
is
to why
80%
they
bar.
nerfed Leica. The reason why they nerfed Leica was because like you hit him and then he's gonna go and stun your team up. Like that's devastating. Now if you hit Verd, he's just gonna boost up his whole team and cut. That's devastating. So it's the same reason why they took the stun away. The Leica's dead. They're gonna take the attack bar away from the revenge. He's probably gonna be a dead unit on the field.
If they nerf Verd, it's gonna bring down a lot of the tools that the free-to-play units, free-to-play players could use. That's what I'm saying. There's not a lot of tools that's really good against like a lot of toxicity. Verd is one of those monsters that could kind of balance out the toxicity if you bring in like
I just want to see more units more viable, like maybe even more free to play units being used, right? Make a bigger pool, right? I mean, what do you guys think about RTA in its current state? Is it always gonna be like this of attack bar manipulation? I feel like this is the most heavy attack bar manipulation meta out of any of them. Like it's so like before it used to be a lot more like CC, CC control, but now it's a lot more, CC control and attack bar manipulating, right? Eggers, Verds, I mean, of course, Ragdoll's always in there, Lauren, like, do we like that or do we don't like that, Like, maybe we should make units that counter attack bar manipulation.
The reason I like attack bar manipulation, because that's really, it's going to test you as a player. Like, anybody can go for, oh, this is going to be a stun. I'm going to get my stuns out there. But if you're actually watching attack bars, that's how you're going to really better yourself as a player. Because you're going to be like, are my units going next or is his units going next? So if you're paying attention to attack bar, that's really going to say a lot about your ability to play RTA. Instead of being like, I'll bring an AoE stunner, and then like, I'll get control after that. But if you're not watching attack bar,
I also feel like Ragdoll owners do not have the right to talk about Verd nerfs.
I'm trying to protect him. Okay, I was talking about protecting Verd.
No,
I don't want to ruin him.
I'm saying every other Ragdoll. About
I'll
you.
take Verd nerf.
I'm not focusing on you. Like some people might not know you have a Ragdoll, but I'm saying other people. Ragdoll owners do not have the right.
I think that talking about buffs and nerfs is always going to be a skewed conversation too, because everybody's at a different state in the game and everybody has different rune quality. You know what I'm saying? Like something like Verd doesn't affect Thompson as much as it affects me.
I'm at a state where free to play is destroying me right now. Lauren, Verde, Fran, that's it. And that I'm totally countered. Out of Ragdoll means nothing if they're drafting Lauren, Fran, Verd. I'm counted after that. I can walk away from my phone and just.
So what if they made a new free to play unit that, like I said, deals with attack manipulation and affects that as a free to play unit, right? That you can pick against.
I think
everybody gets a free Tian Lang, like not Tian Lang, but something similar. Everybody gets a free Tian Lang to pick in.
Isn't the Ragdoll supposed to be not the Ragdoll? The Gargoyle supposed to be good against attack bar manipulation?
So you're talking about how Ragdoll's a free, or Verd's a free Ragdoll. You want a free Tian Lang too? I'll take it.
No, I mean like it's hard for the free-to-play players to counter some of the toxicity that's in RTA. If you nerf Verd, then a lot of free-to-play players or a lot of other players will have a hard time. You know, the rich will get richer, the poor will get poor.
It's just that Verd's not like, it's not like Verd's like, oh, it's a direct counter to, you know, this and this. It's more just that Verd is just like, yeah, you know, just more turns are always amazing kind of thing.
No, Verd is a direct counter to a lot of things.
He's universe. It's not like one unit is like, it's like a Tian Lang here or an Antares there, like units that counter a specific one case, like use case thing. Verd is just like, yeah, I'm just sick everywhere. Like I can make the rest of your team go like that. That's
I still think the best thing for Verd is what everybody's saying in the chat too, is just make it that on his turn only. That's it. It only gives bar his passive is only for his turn.
His turn only, or also he doesn't give himself bar.
If that was the case, I'd target him immediately.
Right, which is fine. Why should something be untargetable, Stoic? Can you explain that to me?
That's true. It's a good point.
True. That's
But
why should a free-to-play unit be untouchable? Like, you cannot touch him. If you touch him, yeah, he dies easy if you touch him. If you don't kill him, you die easier if he revenges. That's exactly how bad it is.
No, it's interesting is really though, when we're having this conversation, we're talking about the state of the game, or it's stale.
From what I understand, though, as a side note, they're not going to nerf Verd anyway, so it's kind of a moot point we're all discussing here. But you know,
yeah. But I mean, like I'm just saying, the state of the game of we're kind of discussing and kind of saying how the game and these certain units are no fun and they should be changed, like Lauren and how much Fran is used and how much Verd is used. I think this is a good problem. No. Yeah, I feel it's way better. I think it's way better for the game, better than people saying, "Oh, like Hathor is so like we do say Hathor's toxic, but Hathor's so toxic, Ganny's toxic, Ragdoll's toxic." But now we're like, "Hey, Verd's toxic, Florid's toxic, Fran's toxic." But like, dude, you can just pick that and you can use it as well, though, right?
Well, so, Invictus is saying right now too that, like, for example, he says nerf Gianna, right? But inadvertently, Gianna has been nerfed a little bit by making other strippers faster. You know what I'm saying? It's still a nerf to Gianna.
So maybe the answer is make more free-to-play units that can counteract different things in the meta, right? And give us more options.
I mean, that's most likely what they're going to do anyway, right? They're trying to go towards this esport thing. I feel like that's just going to happen.
Like more options. I mean, like countering Artemil. Now we have Second Awakening Lucia, giving us these options here for a majority of players to, feel better and be able to, work on just runes and, hopefully obtaining some of these units and getting some of the, stronger NAT 5s and LD NAT 5s can accentuate you, but that's not going to feel, impossible to play
and also back to what Thomas was talking about earlier, for a way for them to make more money, they just have to make units faster, like make more new units more often, like anytime a new unit comes out, I know at least 3 people in here, do some retarded things to make it happen, you know what I mean? So if they want to make money, like, they just have to release a new unit. Like, it doesn't have to be good, right? I've been chasing demons. I don't think any of them are good, and I've been chasing demons. All of like 290 premium packs, I
heard the win one is interesting, but I have not seen anybody execute it yet. Have you guys heard about the win one?
It's not hard to get our money,
Like, I've been hearing about the win one, but I have not seen anybody execute it yet. So I'm kind of waiting here. Like, I'm talking about like Faint Man and Jeff and some other people have been talking about it, and no execution.
I guess the win one's kind of the win one's still always going to be niche, but the win one is like you could pick Daphnis and bait out the res, and then just pick the win unit, the win demon. But it's still kind of weird because now who are they going to ban and who are you going to ban? Like if they ban Daphnis, the win demon really doesn't do anything, and if they ban the win demon, then are you going to ban the res? Yeah.
Okay, some good topics there for the weekly discussion of buffs and nerfs. I love doing these, bringing back old topics, bringing in new units to really discuss, because we got to do this every week, man. Yeah, so then they hear us, they watch this, and maybe they get an idea, right? Because you got to ingrain it into them and give them all the suggestions that we have. Last topic here is just going to be an open discussion. If there's anything you want to bring in and talk about, could be about the trip, could be about anything in the future, could be about anything in the game that you want to bring out. Any topics you want to ask anybody, since you guys are all in the same.
I do want to talk. I do want to bitch about Laura.
Laura. Okay, go do it. Yeah. I mean, you were touching it a little bit last week, right?
I'm touching her a lot, and so
what? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Bro, do you know she's underage? Okay. Oh, Monka TOS.
Hey, I can say that I'm married. So.
Wait. What? Wait, what does married have to do with touching? Okay. Anyways, go ahead, bro.
Whatever. All right. She has like one of the worst strips in the game. Because she does strip, and really defense buff isn't really much, right? And she's really good. Her good points is she's really good on violent and violent will. right? But she needs a Violent Will set faster than Hathor. So her rune quality has to be really good.
So you have to have runes like Thompson, where you have 1,875 Violent Will sets.
All her moves go through accuracy and resistance check. On top of that, all her moves are not consistent. It's like 30, 60, 60.
You hear this, right? You know complaints about accuracy checks? Gianna uses.
I do know everybody watched the video. I do know everybody watched Kenji's video. But Kenji, he didn't record my L's. He only recorded the games I won. But there's so many times her strip is inconsistent or she's just not good. So
you're saying that you've tested it and you think it needs to be on a Vile set that's faster than Hathor, but is that hard to get? Because Hathor has a lower base speed than Laura, doesn't she?
Yeah, but you still need like a 280-ish Violent Will set.
Yeah, but more importantly, there's still like 40 more LD Nat 5s that need more help than she does. Am I wrong?
Yes. I'm just saying they buffed Laura, but it's actually a nerf. Like Laura's no good. I've tried her. I tested her. Most of the time, you would rather use Tiana or.
Right. It's not a nerf. It's still an extra buff. It's just if it's still not good, I understand.
No, well, I disagree. I like the attack break a little bit more than the strip.
So why don't they just?
Because like Triton does the stripping better.
Why don't they just give her attack break back? And then
I'll tell you one good
thing. That OP, then.
I'll tell you one pro about Laura. When you draft Laura, the opponent doesn't know what you're doing because her strip is inconsistent, her stun is really inconsistent, and her sleep is really inconsistent. So when you draft Laura, the opponent don't know what you're doing. You know,
but is this how can you know what I'm doing when I don't know what I'm doing unit?
Kind of, yeah. Sometimes she doesn't slow. Sometimes she slows and she doesn't stun. You know, it's like 60%, right?
So like I said, why don't they leave the strip and bring back the attack as well? So it's now a strip and attack down. You think that
would be a lot?
Right,
so that would be pretty.
Do you think that's broken? I might not think that's that broken.
When I first read it, I thought that's what it's going to be, and that's actually usable.
Right.
But yeah, now she's like pretty.
You know, come to us though, man. They take their time. Come to us. They take their time.
That Violent Will set that's required. That Violent Will set with high accuracy that's required on Laura. A lot of other monster needs it. You know, like Lauren, Okeanos, maybe Ganymede. So every monster needs that set.
So why can't you go Swift?
You can't go Swift because her first move is inconsistent, second move is inconsistent, and third move is inconsistent. And when using her, you're almost trying to cycle her second move as often as possible.
I mean, I do understand. I'm not going to disagree on that, but I do understand Vio is like the best set, obviously, right? But do you think it just cannot function on Swift at all? Or even Despair or something like that? And then you can...
any stripper could be on Swift.
Like
that's not even a discussion.
That she's really like not worth putting runes on. Yeah.
Why don't they change it so then she gets a passive where anytime a unit on your side gets crit, she gives attack gauge to your team?
You know, I think all the Laura players
that's what you want, don't you?
I think all the Laura players would just be happy if she does attack break and strip. You know, I think that is decent, but yeah, she's really not so good. Yeah.
There, look, it's Raigeki. Raigeki's also been using Laura.
Yeah. If anyone else tested Laura and knows and feels like she's good, you could you could tell me if Raigeki thinks.
You're always gonna remember.
I would say right now Raigeki has probably been using Laura the most. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that if you have a
Raigeki
unit,
wants
never
to argue
that
with
good. If you don't have it, it's the greatest. Okay, end the story. Grass is greener always.
Yeah. If Raigeki wants to argue, that's fine. You know, I would love to see if he thinks.
No, Raigeki's agreeing with you.
No, he's actually whatchamacallit. He's actually increased the amount of people playing RTA by about 25% single-handedly because everybody knows he's drafting Laura and he's giving away free points for that. There's been 25% increase in people doing RTA this week.
That's why Laura is good. When you bring Laura, the other player don't know what you're trying to do. Like, are you trying to strip me because your strip is inconsistent, or do you need a defense buff because like?
I mean, you can't counter the plan when there's no plan.
Or do you need an AoE stun because I'm not going to get stunned by you, you know? Yeah.
What else is interesting?
Dude, there's so many times like I couldn't even strip like Veligil or or a Fran. It's yeah.
So how about defense buff to give you immunity? Strip and give you immunity. Oh.
If she strips and give, I'll say this: if she strips and give immunity, it'll be 2 OP.
If she strips, yeah, it is a little too.
That's decent. You know, everyone can live with that. Yeah.
Okay. What's the strip chance anyways when max or whatever?
60.
60% on how many hits?
It doesn't strip sometimes.
Three hits. How many hits? 3 hits, right?
3 hits. I know it sounds really high, but I've tested it.
I mean, more times than not, you should strip. But the thing is, if you're doing, let's say you're doing 30 battles, right? And you're drafting her every battle. I mean, I'm just looking at the stats, right? 30 battles, you're drafting every battle. That's 120 units that you're going against. You will get some misses, and if you only think about the misses, then I think it's a high rate. So I think you should do a test, draft it 30 wings or 10 wings, and then see how many. Here's
another. I shouldn't be saying this, but here's another weakness to Laura. When you bring Laura, because she's really good on violent runes, she's really susceptible to swift runes, right? So most of the time, if you draft like Tiana or Triton, you're not susceptible to swift runes anymore. You know,
there's always going to be a problem, though, dude. There's always going to be a problem. So the thing is making her more viable, in my opinion. So I think getting the attack down is going to be the right step towards making her more viable. I think that's a pretty fair.
That would be fair.
If you compare any stripper to the top 3 strippers, they're not going to be good ever, right? Giada, stun for sure, right? Triton, faster than you for sure. Wunsa, faster than you for sure. Tiana, guaranteed strip. You cannot compare it to those because you make a guaranteed strip, then it's better than Tiana, then, right?
You know, it's funny.
No matter what, you cannot compare it to those 3.
I think that's
those 4.
That style of play is like the style of play that you do.
How about the Fire Fairy? How about the Light Druid? There's a lot of strippers. There's a lot more other AoE strippers that's better than Laura.
True.
The Fire Fairy misses just as much as Laura does. What are you talking about?
The Fire Fairy is better. It does.
Everybody complains that it misses.
Yes, yes, it misses, but it's low.
You know why Fire Fairy's better? Because it doesn't have to be on Violet, right?
Fire Fairy is really good on Violet, actually.
Everything is good on Violet, dude. Let's be real. If in an ideal world, if I'm using a Bernard, I'd rather have it on Violet. I could turn 2 S2 defense break if I could get it on that fast, right? Everything is good on Violet.
Who doesn't want 190 Violet like Thompson?
And then we go back to when
we can't always have that though.
When we hear Thompson say, "Well, my violent runes are swift runes anyway," so yeah.
I never said that. No.
Okay, Patrick will back me up.
Those weren't his exact words.
If you want to ruin up Alora, she requires such high rune quality. It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think that's a really good buff suggestion though. Just give the attack down back. That's all we need. And I think it would make it more viable. And I'd like to see you guys test that out a little bit more because I think there's a lot of people out there with Laura. Right? I think if I did the math right, there's like 68 people in the world with Laura, or something like that, right? Anyways, any other units out there?
Okay, we'll stop talking about Laura.
I want to see Leo with more attack bar reduction, honestly.
Ooh.
I hate that Lauren reduces so much attack bar, and we've got a monster like Leo who reduces attack bar, but it's like come on, you hit him, like just come on, give that guy a little love.
But there's the whole rest of his passive.
I don't care. I want more attack bar reduction.
Everyone down.
Yeah, by the way, I'm gonna let you know this, Stoic.
But I'd like to be able to use him like a Lauren.
I'm gonna let you know, Stoic, though, that you are a ragdoll user, so any buff to Leo is a great buff for you. Any change to Bird is a great buff for you, sir.
It'd be part of his passive. It'd be part of his passive, not a first skill, not a second skill, part of his passive.
So part of Leo's passive should be Ganny skill 3. I get it.
Yeah, the amount of pain I got from how hard an eye roll that was just
I'm not trying to start anything, but
why do you always do this? No offense, but I don't want to say this, but no, I don't want to offend you, but
okay,
just say it.
Let me finish. So I'm not trying to start anything, but do you guys feel like there's no counters for Jaeger? Or am I wrong?
There is.
I could be wrong. I'm not.
What?
A lot of people.
It's susceptible to attack bar manipulation.
No, people are saying the biggest counter to Jagger. This is what I've been hearing. Okay, I don't know for sure. I just hearing. The biggest counter is just the S1s of Hathor and Ganny, which is what you'll be drafting him against the most. That's the biggest counter to Jagger. So that's what people are saying right now. He is a very strong unit though, for sure. Yeah, but
oh my god, he's so good.
Yeah,
he's not supposed to be built that tanky anyways. Just lure him and get rid of him after that. After luring defense break, pushes that attack bar back. Pushing attack bar back is basically one of the main ways you get rid of him in the first place. And then just smash him after that.
Roman, have you tried Jaeger? And how do you feel about the new Jaeger? You know, like on a violent will set with
on a 190 violent will, fucking 250 crit damage.
He's better, but like I think he's still too susceptible to attack bar manipulation.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just like. Did you guys see like the new El Mimo? What's his name? Oh my god, he's just like
ragdoll. Guy with the ragdoll. Wow, guy with the ragdoll was so good.
Wow. Yeah, I would say that he needs to be built on 100 resist. Like, he needs to be on 100 resist. His unit needs to be 100 resist, and if you do make him 100 resist, you might find a lot of, power.
Yeah, but if you get 100 resist, you're not going to see any damage out of him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you get the 250. You go take
a lot of stats.
You build him like you know how a Ragdoll or a Leo needs an insane amount of stats, or a Bruiser needs a lot of stats. You give him those stats, and you go for resistance now, and you don't have to worry about attack as much.
The only reason why Ragdoll and Leo work like that is because they have that torrent thing, right?
Actually, I agree with everything Brian said, but it's really rare I disagree with him. But I don't think he needs 100 resist.
Really?
Yeah, because like you bring him in with other like toxic healers, and he needs so much stats in HP, attack, and HP attack, crit rate, crit damage that you have no room to put into 100% resist, right? And but resist is one of those.
And resist on him is only a half buff, right? Because
just imagine,
it only protects you from attack break.
Just imagine like the best rune Ragdoll out there in the world. It has all the attack, HP, defense, crit rate, crit damage, the okay amount of speed, and it has 100 resist. That's like what a good Ragdoll should be built on, right? Good. Yeah. So I'm just saying, take that runes and put on Jaeger, and with that 250% attack, you got literally like one of the best damages of the entire game. Right?
But I do feel like hard to deal with. Jaeger doesn't need will, but that whatever best rune unit needs will, right?
Best rune unit.
So like let's just say a Ragdoll. A Ragdoll could use like endure runes, but I don't think Jaeger could use endure runes.
So you're saying Jaeger needs to be on will too, on top of all that?
I don't think Jaeger needs will, but he doesn't need 100% resist. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, and okay, I maybe I can't agree with that then, but end of the day, I feel like
he doesn't get CC'd. That's
Jaeger. People say that Jaeger's hard to rune, but a unit like that with the power and the capabilities like that, you will be investing your best runes on him anyways. So there's no, obviously you need a lot of runes, but there's no complaint on it, right? I mean, I think if it's a powerhouse damage healer like that, you're gonna be putting some of your best runes on it. No, you're not trying to put your best runes on it.
But you should put some good runes on yours, Roman.
The stats, like imagine you could get Jaeger to like 100. Imagine you could get the Jaeger to like 115 efficiency. The efficiency is there, but you gotta. It
doesn't matter, Roman.
100% resist takes a lot of efficiency out. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you can stop him.
He is already immune to CC, so it's kind of like.
Yeah. That's the thing with resistance on him that I don't like, is that he's already immune to CC, so your resistance, you're only getting half the benefit of resistance.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you, Patrick. Or I agree with myself. Thank you.
Yeah. I also heard though, if you drink some Red Bull while using a Jaeger, it like gets a bomb skill. I don't know. Try that out, Roman. All right, guys. I think we had some great discussion today.
I used to try that out all the time. It makes me sick now. It's okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, I feel like he really doesn't get CC'd because if you bring in Hathor, if they bring in Hathor, you bring in Jaeger, you bring like immunity or cleanser, then it's really hard for them to deal with Jaeger, right?
But what if the cleanser slept?
Yeah, but okay, all right, I guess Jaeger's really good.
I thought about that too, Thompson. I thought about that too. Instead of putting high resist to bring a cleanser for him, and then I'm like, wait, the cleanser's gonna get CC.
Really? You're right. So the real problem
Jaeger now does his job. He's now viable use for his job. That's what Jaeger is.
But then his problem is Hathor, right? Hathor is the problem. So Hathor is actually the problem because of the sleep and the attack down. So Hathor should be the one we nerf. But Hathor is easy counter, but Verd with attack by manipulation, we should definitely change and nerf the Verd. But Verd's not the issue. So this can go in a circle, dude. It's kind of crazy. It's a vicious cycle, man.
The attack break.
It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah. All right.
It's true.
All right, some good topics for today. Some fun stuff as well. I appreciate you guys making the time to join us. It's nice. It's nice to be able to bring you guys here, and you guys, everybody kind of knows each other. It's kind of nice, and you guys are all in the same guild. So a nice swag podcast today, which was pretty awesome. We'll definitely try to bring you guys back again because I think the dynamic in this group is really good. So we'll try to do this again in the future. Thank you guys for making the time. If you guys are watching,
no problem.
Yeah, if you guys are watching for YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like, leave a comment below because we always go through all the comments for future suggestions. And I think CompToUs does watch these, so. If you guys leave comments there, I'm sure CompToUs sees them as well for suggestions, right? So it's a great place to put them down. All right, guys.
Also, Brian, send me the address of the guy. I'll mail him.
Oh, yeah. I'll look for the email. I'll send it to you after.
Okay. It's a medium. If he's not medium, too bad for him.
Too bad. So sad. Thanks, Thomas. I appreciate it, man.
European medium. European extra large. Take care, guys. Thanks for having us.
All right, peace. See you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.